Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh! Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to another episode of our StoneBlock Let's Play Adventure, where today we're leaving the realm of known science and adventuring into experimentation. You see, I've automated sifting and grinding and crushing and hammering so many times now that it's just not even interesting for me. So, I've decided to take a different approach to it and try things that are completely different and foreign to me. And while they may not render the optimal results, hopefully it'll be entertaining and fun. Let's go give it a try.
Someone recommended that we build something called the Stonework Factory, which looks really cool. I believe that was Nick that recommended that, Nick Alvarez. However, it needs plastic, and I'm not sure how to get it. I don't have rubber essence. Dry rubber comes from tiny dry rubber. I don't know where to get this from. If you know out there in the great wide world, let me know. But assuming I can't figure it out, and I don't think I'm going to figure it out just by staring at it, we are going to go ahead and just build the auto hammer. It's a lot simpler that way. It'll hammer things down for us, and it should get the job done. We'll have to build a number of them, but again, that's probably okay. Where do we want to go with this? Let's see. Auto. What is the primary thing we want to get out of this auto scythe here? I guess primary, first things first, let's build the auto scythe. That's what the game has been asking us to do for a while. We have a couple of different options. We can build the regular or we can build the heavy. And the difference is, do we want to do one at a time or do we want to do like 7 at a time? And do we want to have to build something to automatically compress for us? Because we can build another crafter. This wasn't hard to build. And we can have the crafter. Oh, by the way, I ran cables. We got logic cables down here. And I need to cover in the floor. I built another room in here. This is where we're going to set all of that up. That's where the power's coming in. We can build a crafter. We can have the crafter automatically compress for us. But the thing is, maybe we'll build a compressed hammer. We're going to build the Shrek Me, look at that, that's losing its mind. We're going to build the regular auto scythe, because that's what the game wants, and we're going to give the game what the game wants. What the game wants, what the game needs. So I guess we'll just... No, these are all compressed. Are you the only one I've got that's normal? I guess we'll take this one. Yeah, I'm using a pickaxe for this. What's it to ya? What is it to ya? I think we probably have everything we need, except for glass panes. Seriously? Okay, well, now we've got glass panes. So, boom, we did it. Game, are you happy with me? Yay, we did it. So long we've been waiting on this. Do we have any other loot chests we haven't opened yet? We should look into that. We don't. For some reason, I thought we might. We've got some, whatever that is. I don't know. Half the treasure we get out of this is just bizarre, strange, and foreign to me. What do you want me to do next, game? That's it? That's all you wanted, was for me to build an auto scythe? Really? That's the end of it? I'm very disappointed. I expected more. I expected it to go all the way down the line. At least that gets us one step closer to completing all of this. We need to go down all of these items as well and eventually do all of these things. No, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if we're really going to eventually do all of it. Right now, though, auto scythe, I guess one of the things we need to do, as mentioned on the wall, is automate hammering and sifting. So, Shrek, might as well do this. We'll need to start off with a cobblestone generator to generate cobblestone for us. Cobblestone generator. We'll start off with just a base one. Buckets. Buckets of material. Let's get a couple of buckets. I think that recipe should stay there when we come back to it. We'll go into the dark berry bush room and get ourselves some water. The infinite source, and then lava is not a thing we're hurting for. We've got that one at all times. So, yep, that maintained the recipe. Get them in the right order. And you'll get a cobblestone generator. Should we make the next tier? Doesn't hurt too. Should we make the next tier? Literally cannot. That's what's made the decision for us, is that we cannot make the next tier. We have a couple of cobblestone generators already. If we wanted to go through the effort, we could pipe cobblestone all the way across to here. But let's just have a dedicated cobblestone generator tier 2. We'll put it maybe down a level. So we'll have it here. And then, do we have any stairs? I can make some stairs for sure. Let's see, stairs. That's stain. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. I'll have it do one of these. So we can click on it after we put a storage device on top of it. And for a storage device, why don't we go with a... What do we have a lot of? Do we have any... oh, you know what? We have a lot of crates, don't we, still? We could upgrade these. It's not that difficult to upgrade them. What just happened? What just happened? Goodness gracious. I think I clicked the wrong button is what happened. So that'll start generating cobblestone and storing it up here. Quite a bit of it, I should add. And then from there, we want to go to in this case, the auto hammer. But why don't we go with an auto compress... Wait a minute. I just had a better idea. Get rid of this thing. Get this thing out of here. We're going to build another... Oh, gosh, I just had the most brilliantest idea. It's not that clever, but we're going to build another crafter. We don't need a crafter tier 3 either. I think a crafter tier 1 will do fine. We're missing a couple of ingredients, redstone torches, and crafting tables. Oh, we do have crafting tables, though. We have ones made out of stone. Now, don't tell me that won't work, because what other purpose do they serve? It won't work. Well, dang flabbit. All right, then. I'll make some regular ones, but I'm not happy about it. So we'll get our crafter, and then we'll put that on top of here. A bang! Put all the cobblestone in there, and then, like I say, we only need the one because we're going to create compressed cobblestone, but we're going to leave it in the output buffer. We're not going to change that. So that should start creating compressed cobblestone, yeah? It's not. Oh, because it needs power. That's right. That's okay. I think I've got some additional cables. I made a lot of these logic cables. I made a ton just on the off chance we'd need a ton. And guess what we need? Well, not a ton. Certainly not a metric ton. We need like an exporter. What is it called? Export. I think it's one of these. Energy exporter. We're going to need a few of these, really. Let's make 2 for now, because that's what we had the materials to build. We're also going to need some variable cards. And I figured these out, by the way. I wasn't sure what to do with them, but if we go in here, we can adjust things like channel and round robin, energy transfer rate if we wanted to limit the amount of energy going in here, exact amount, false, true. It's some pretty cool stuff you can do. But that'll start compressing the cobblestone. So every 9, it'll compress. And then that needs to go out to a hammer. And we're going to create, if we hop in here and we take a look, the auto hammer, or 2 options, regular, auto compressed hammer. That's the one we want to build. I see now, though, that it needs steel. And I should have looked into what goes into steel sooner. Can we make it in an alloy smelter? We can. It just needs either coal, coke, and iron, or pulverized dust, coal dust. Let's get some coal out of here and see if we can pulverize that using our sag mill. We could use the sag mill in place of an auto hammer. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might be a good idea, because we've been talking about retiring this and getting a better one instead. But it wouldn't do 7 at a time. Look how slow this thing is. Look how long it takes to do that. That one task. Would it do 7 at a time? What happens if I put a compressed stone in here? That's a good question, isn't it? Should we try it? Do we have enough cobblestone to make it compressed? We do. Let's see. We hit K. We've got a compressed cobblestone. We put that into the sag mill. Did it eat it? It is going to do it. Huh. This has opened up a world of opportunities, because it doesn't. We don't need steel to build one of these. It did it relatively quickly. But it created a compressed one. It created compressed gravel. Is that what this does? Does an auto-compressed hammer... I think if we put a compressed stone into here, it'll spit out 9 individual stones, not a compressed gravel. Although that is a neat trick. Good to know that this thing will do that. Considering we have an autoscythe and not a compressed autoscythe, although we could make one of those. Huh. I'm considering, because look at it from this perspective. If we just build one of these, or just use this one, because like I say, we're going to build better versions anyway. Do we need the basic one to build the better one? Sag mill. Let's check. This is the sag mill we want to build. We can use the simple sag mill. I don't know. What would be better? We can upgrade one of these sag mills here to make it even better. Can we upgrade the compressed hammer? Yes, you can give it food or additional hammers, I think, and it'll go a bit faster. I'm conflicted about what to do. maybe we should just build this. Maybe we should just build the auto-compressed hammer, and we'll YOLO it and see what happens. Of course, all that is dependent on what happens when I put coal in here. If it doesn't spit out coal dust, which I think is something we've made before. Can we check? We have pulverized coal dust. It's a thing we've done already. Have we made steel before for some reason? Shrek, we might have. This might have been a thing we've done in the past. Many of you are probably shouting at me, Rees, what do you know for a fact you can do this. You've done it before. You know me, though. You should know me. If you don't know me by now, you'll never, ever, ever know me. So we need 6. We might as well just go ahead and build this. What's it hurting? What's it hurting to go ahead and just build one and experiment with it? We'll get some weighted pressure plates. Let's get all this out of the inventory. Let's cluttering up my space. Need to hold on to these, though. Get rid of all this. Hammer. We don't have Shrek. That's an awful lot of diamonds. That's what hurts the most. Is building one of these. That's going to use up so many diamonds. Oh, it's going to use up all of our diamonds. Every single last one of them. We could just create the auto heavy sieve, which requires no diamonds, and just a bit of steel, and then move this sag mill. Oh, Shrek me. Okay, so we got the simple sag mill, and it gets power also. I don't know what happened to the card that was in here before. Take a new one, I guess. That'll start charging up, and now we need to move items from here to here. And I was thinking we would build item transfer nodes for that, because I think we have some conduit binder left over. It might still be in here. Didn't we clear all these out, though, last episode? No, we still got some conduit binder in here. So we can combine our... Is that cooked up stuff, though? Is that the good stuff? That is the good stuff. And we want to combine that over here inside the alloy smelter, which is still making steel. How much of that do we need? A lot of it. We do need a lot of it, but I'm going to ask you to stop after you're done with this, because I have another task for you. I need you to combine iron and ender pearls. Do we have any ender pearls? We've got 1, and then we've got some ender lily, which I don't know what you do with ender lily. Maybe you can make ender pearls with ender lily. Maybe you just create a nice light snack. We do have ender pearls in here, though. 1 ender pearl and 1 iron ought to do it. That's going to create what we need for item conduits. We could use transfer pipes and transfer nodes, a system we've been using for a while, but I think it's time we phase that out in favor of the item conduit, which is better in almost nearly every way. Look at this. Look at the build. There's so many options available to us when we use an item conduit. Shrek, don't take this away from me. We're doing it. We're going to build the item conduit. Don't crush my dreams here today, people. Where's the output? What's happening? Is this thing bugged? Because sometimes, I'm telling you, the output just never shows up, and I don't know why. Pulsating iron nuggets, a bit of conduit binder, and we will balance that grid. That'll give us... Let's just go ahead and make as many as we can for right now. And these guys are going to do one of these, and we're going to set this one to... Ooh, we've got additional options. Remember we made the fluid conduits, the pressurized fluid conduits last time? These have more options because there's more you can do with items. We want to set it to insert, not to extract. You can also set channels here, which is really cool. We're going to leave it on green. You can set priority, so if you have to go into multiple places, you can determine which one's more important. If we're on the extraction side, we can select round robin, which will be useful when we have more than 1 sag mill, but right now we don't. The most important thing we want to do is tell it to always active. I don't think we have to do that on this one. It's not even an option over here. It's only an extraction option. So that's going to start creating compressed gravel. And compressed gravel... See what I mean, though? You see what I mean? There's the output. It just freezes up there at the end. Maybe it's just a poor representation of time. If we put that through a sieve, it'll give us all of these options. Or we can put it through another sag mill, and it'll create sand. Put it through another sag mill, it'll create dirt, and another sag mill, and it'll create... Well, you get the idea. Diamonds come from sifting compressed gravel and an iron stiffened mesh. So that's probably what we're going to want to set up. That'll give us emeralds too, and lapis, and iron, so all the important stuff. Now, we do need some more coal dust. I'm going to do a neat trick here. to speed this process up, I'm going to make a block of coal, 5 blocks of coal. We're going to put that in there, and that should cook them all up. Oh, hold on. No, that goes down here in the output, actually. And theoretically, I think this is just doing another compressed gravel. But once that compressed gravel's done, it should begin the process of very quickly breaking these down, and it ought to give us 9, I'm hoping. That progress meter is useful. Because before I thought it was just getting to the bottom and stalling, but you can see even when it visually reaches the bottom, it's not quite there yet. But that's going to speed up the creation of our pulverized coal, which we need back over here to create more. I think it's 4-to-1. I say that for everything, though. It might not be, but I think it is 4-to-1 for... Should we check? Before I just keep saying nonsense. It is 4-to-1. For the people who get upset when I just say things that aren't true, we now know for sure. We're still waiting on the steel so we can build the auto heavy side, but if we didn't want to, we could pipe the compressed gravel that we've manufactured back into the crafter and have a recipe to turn it into individual pieces of gravel, and have that get piped into the auto sieve that we built earlier as part of our mission. And that might be just a fun thing to do, a fun little experiment, if y'all are interested. I kind of like my plan. Let's do my plan. So, things are going to get a bit complicated here, but I'm asking you all to just flow with me on this one. So, out, extraction on green comes over here, and now that I'm thinking about it, we're going to need 2 item filters, unfortunately, for this insane idea that I just had. This is by no means the best way of doing this. This is by no means the only way of doing this. But dadgummit, this is how we're doing this. So we need to get a sample out of here of compressed cobblestone. Up here, we've got a filter where it's a whitelist. We're going to put the compressed cobblestone. So this one will only export the compressed cobblestone. Good. Over here, we've got the compressed gravel. So we're going to put that inside of here. And we're going to tell this one to not only insert, but also extract. Okay? So it should automatically take out the compressed gravel now, if this one is also set to insert. I think. Now we got set to always active. Okay. New setup. Both of these are set to insert and extract. In this case, this one has an item filter on it, telling it only to extract the compressed cobblestone that's being generated. It's going to drop that into here, and then once it's done processing, the new compressed gravel that we're getting out of the process is then going to be taken back over to here. We have quite a bit of it. Here, we're going to add another item filter. It's also going to be a whitelist. We got to set up a new recipe to turn, there we go, compressed gravel into regular gravel, and that's going to go quite quickly, and it's going to clog up our output, but that's okay. We're going to need a sample of it. Geez. Okay, I'll hold on to this stuff. That's fine. So add that to this whitelist so that this one only extracts gravel. We don't want this one to extract compressed cobble. We also want it to extract along a different channel. We'll go with brown channel. So it's going to go brown channel to here, which is only going to insert, not extract, on brown channel. And then we're going to turn this one on, and it should start moving over. Oh my gosh, it's working, the gravel. Now this just needs power, so I think we can accomplish that with one of these, but it needs to be set up correctly, and I didn't set it up correctly. So break that, and there we go. It's going to need a card, so that is now activated. We can use these same pipes for moving items too, just so you guys know, but we're not. That's not what we're doing with it. So this thing is now receiving power. It's got gravel. It has no meshes. What do we do about that, friends? We get a mesh, of course. Now, like I said, we want diamonds, okay? And if we look up diamonds down here, you'll see that I think we get diamonds from, if you look up, what the heck just happened? There we go. Diamonds we get from, where are they? Boom. Iron or diamond. And we are going to go in this case with a diamond mesh because that'll also give us grains of infinity, which we wouldn't get otherwise. meshes. I think all of my meshes are in here now. Oh, no, we've only got... Where are my meshes? They're over here still? They're over here still. I'm going to take this one. As soon as I figure out how to take this one. Do you just break it? That's one way of doing it. I know for sure we'll get it that way, but I also thought you could just click on it and take the mesh out. I can make another diamond stiffened mesh later if I need to. Boom. And so that's going to automatically start doing this. And it'll give us... an iron. A singular iron. And the power bar looks like it is just freaking out over here. But it is working. Everything is working. We have the cobblestone generator producing cobblestone, which goes into the crafter. The crafter compresses the cobblestone and then sends it along to the sag mill, which converts it from compressed cobblestone and it grinds it down into compressed gravel. It then goes back into here where the compressed gravel is turned into normal gravel, and the normal gravel is taken out along the brown channel to here, where it is then broken down into things like diamonds, grains of infinity, lapis, tin. Now, why can't we just use compressed gravel? That's what we're trying to do right now. The problem is it's taking a long time for us to get the steel that we need. Once we get the steel, we won't need to send it back into here to be broken down. We can just move it straight along to a compressed sieve, which will then be able to, it'll be much more faster for one thing. How are we doing on that front? We need more pulverized coal. Okay.
Whew. Well, that certainly proved to be an interesting test, but we're not done yet. I was looking and I saw some alternative methods for grinding up gravel that I think we'll look at next time. Hope to see you then. Until that time, God bless you. Wear your safety glasses. I'll see you later. Bye.